Hey, I'm Michael. I'm 34 now, and what I'm about to share is something I never thought would be part of my life story. It's a journey marked by love, betrayal, heartbreak, and ultimately, self-respect. If you've ever poured your heart into someone only to watch everything fall apart, you might understand the weight of what I'm about to say. This isn't a tale I often tell. In fact, it's one I buried deep for years. But I'm sharing it now, not to seek revenge, not for sympathy, but to finally lay it to rest. This is the story of how the woman I planned to marry left me for someone else, returned asking for forgiveness, and how I walked away, not out of anger, but out of love for myself. I met Sarah when I was 27 and she was 25. We were introduced at a friend's engagement party. Funny enough, we met celebrating someone else's love, never realizing we were stepping into our own story. She had this magnetic warmth, like someone had captured sunlight and put it into human form. We clicked instantly. Not just attraction, but a deep, soul-level connection. We started dating. We laughed until we cried, talked like dreamers planning a forever, shared secrets, flaws, and hope like we were invincible. Like any couple, we had our tough moments. I wasn't perfect. Neither was she. But through every argument, every rough patch, we kept choosing each other. We even broke up once in the early days, differences in timing, commitment, and life goals. That separation lasted a few months. We dated other people during that time, but nothing felt right. Then one stormy evening, she showed up at my door, drenched in rain, clutching an old photo of us. "I miss us," she whispered. And just like that, we found our way back to each other, but this time, it felt different. More grounded. More intentional. We started talking about building a life, marriage, kids, a home. I even began sketching out our dream house and secretly saving for an engagement ring. But somewhere along the line, things began to change. Slowly at first. She started texting less, canceling plans, offering vague excuses. She told me work was overwhelming, a new manager, long hours, stressful deadlines. I believed her. But then she started talking about this guy from her office, just in passing at first. Little jokes he told, how clever he was. I didn't think much of it. Everyone has co-workers. But soon, she mentioned him more than she talked about us. I began noticing the emotional distance. The empty silences. The way she no longer reached for my hand during movies. The way she turned her back to me in bed. I asked her if something was going on. She said she was just tired, that work had her drained. I wanted to believe her. But I knew. Deep down, I knew. Then, one Sunday morning, while we were sipping coffee, she looked at me and said something that shattered my world. "I think we need a break." At first, I laughed nervously, hoping it was a joke. But her expression was cold. I asked her why. She said she needed time, space, clarity. I asked if there was someone else. She paused, just a second, but it was enough. The hesitation, the way her eyes dropped, the subtle shift in her breathing. I didn't push. I just nodded. That night, I lay awake while she slept beside me for the final time. The next morning, she packed a bag and walked out of my life. 2 weeks passed. No texts. No calls. Then I saw a photo on social media, a group picture. She was standing next to that coworker. His hand was on her waist. She was smiling, just a little too brightly. I reached out, not in rage, but in confusion. She denied everything. "We're just friends," she said. Maybe that was true. Maybe not. But the choice she made spoke louder than any excuse. That day, I deleted every photo, unfollowed her, blocked her number. But removing someone from your phone doesn't erase them from your mind. The city became a museum of our memories. Every cafe, every corner, every park reminded me of her. So, I left. I accepted a transfer, took a new job 300 miles away, and moved into a modest apartment. Quiet. Uncomplicated. Free from ghosts. I went on long walks. Saw a therapist every week. Started writing again. Bought a few houseplants, and kept them alive. I was healing. Slowly. Genuinely. And then, she showed up. It started with a knock. I opened the door and there she was, Sarah. A ghost I wasn't ready to see again. She claimed she moved for work. Claimed she didn't know I lived there. She asked for a ride from the airport. I declined. She left cookies at my door. I threw them away. She messaged me from random numbers, left voicemails begging to talk. I didn't answer. I couldn't. Seeing her again reopened wounds I had spent months trying to close. The betrayal. The empty promises. The night she walked away. Months later, her parents called me. They apologized on her behalf. Said Sarah had been going through a lot. That she was in therapy now. That she regretted everything. They didn't ask me to take her back, just to listen. I told them I appreciated their honesty. Told them they raised a kind daughter. But sometimes, kindness isn't enough. I wished her peace, healing, and happiness, but I was done. And they understood. Imagine that. Her parents respected my boundaries more than she ever did. There's a myth we're told about love, that closure comes from one final conversation. A tearful apology. A hug. A clean goodbye. But sometimes, closure isn't spoken. It's chosen. It's found in silence. In self-respect. In walking away and not looking back. I don't hate Sarah. I really don't. But I no longer love her either. Now, I smile more. I've started painting again. I adopted a dog, Theo. He barks at delivery guys and curls up on my feet at night. I've made new friends. Discovered new passions. I've even been on a few dates. I'm not chasing love anymore. I've learned healing isn't a race. It's a journey. And maybe someday, I'll fall in love again. Or maybe I won't. Either way, I've learned something priceless. Peace matters more than closure. Distance is better than drama. And sometimes, the best gift you can give yourself is the strength to say goodbye, even if they come back. If you've ever had your heart broken, I see you. If someone you trusted betrayed you, I hear you. If you had to walk away from what you thought was forever, I feel you. You're not weak. You're not broken. You're healing. You're growing. You're alive. And if they come back, remember this. You don't owe them anything. Because loving yourself, that's the most powerful closure of all. Thank you for hearing my story. If this spoke to you, like, share, or drop a comment. I'd love to know yours. You're not alone.